In this video, I'll explain how to generate the same document across multiple herds in one pass rather than herd by herd. As an example, we'll produce the Ionis tracker document for a number of recently tested herds. Firstly, you need to identify the herds you want the document for. So click on the herd selector to display the list of all the herds within the database. Within there, you have the latest Ionis test date for each herd. If you click on the caption, on the heading of that particular caption, it will sort the contents of the grid by that date. It'll actually puts it in ascending order, so if you click it twice, it'll put it in descending order so that the latest testing herd is at the top. So these are the herds that I want to produce the same document for, all those tested since the 10th of February this year. So I have to select those herds. You click on the row, anywhere in the row of that first herd at the top, and then you hold down the shift key and you click anywhere in the row for the last herd of the selection. You can see the yellow tells those are selected. You then click save to save that selection, and you can confirm that there are how many herds there are in the selection. So we're ready. We've selected the herds that we want to print the document for. Now we go to the documents and document sequences. Initially, you have to manage it, and then we can before we can run it. So click on the manage, and initially we have to create our document sequence. So we're going to call this one the Ionis tracker document. So I write a sequence name, and then you associate with that name a document template that you've got stored in the database already. I'm using the general Ionis tracker full template, so that's the one that will be associated with the sequence. Once you've done that, you can then tell it which herds you want the sequence to run. You can do that in two ways. You can either go down to the bottom grid here and pick the herds individually, any selection that you want, or you can click on the button above there, which will replace whatever the current selection is with all the herds that we selected. So we selected 8 herds before. I click on that, confirm that I want to do so, and it will populate the grid at the bottom there with the 8 herds in that selection from earlier. So we're ready to go now. We've got the document, we've got the herds. So you go back to the document sequences, and this time you run and you pick the Ionis tracker document sequence. Then it will say it will request the printer details. You either print it to a physical printer, or in this example we're saving it to a PDF file. So you select the printer and then print. If it's a PDF, you've obviously got to tell it also where you want to store those documents. So you identify the folder where the documents are to be put, and then you click OK, and off it goes. You can then leave the computer to itself while it chunters through each of those herds individually, generating that report. When you come back after half an hour or whatever, you will find the report sitting in that folder. Each one has the name of the farm, the name of the herd, but also the date on which the document was created. So it is year, month, day. So we can see the dates of the herds, and these are now ready for distribution to the farmers and the vets concerned. You can develop your own suite. So next time you go back into you'll just have to change the selection of herds that you use before you run the sequence, because obviously you want that sequence to run but on a different selection. So follow that same process and you should be able to produce an awful lot of documents with minimum fuss. Thank you for watching.